Hey Kevin, quick demo video for you for your SK. Got it all done today. So I don't know if you could see the weathering too much in the video, so what I'm going to do is I'll take some separate photos of it with my wife's camera. She's got a really nice one where you can really see some close-ups of everything that I did to it. You can see it pretty good right there, but I'll still take some pictures for you. But you can see we got all the aluminum and the copper pommel cap, everything. We got everything weathered nice. Got your buttons weathered, bunny ears, everything. I had this completely taken apart and weathered it and then put it together. The only thing I didn't hit with aluminum black is your pins. I just left those shiny. I thought it was cool. And then this right here is like an acrylic glue-on glass eye that doesn't take to weathering. So that stayed clear because it's clear aluminum under there, but everything else came out really sweet. So this is a 2-button setup. I made it to where your activation button is towards the emitter right here and your auxiliary is right here. So I'll crack this open. One thing you'll notice when you're taking this pommel off is the anodizing on the threads is making it to where it's a little stiff right now, but the more that you open and close it, the more you're going to wear it in and it will loosen up just a hair for you. You don't want it super loose anyway, but you know, just something that I noticed. So here's your chassis. This is a combination chassis that I use where if the customer wants a static battery with a recharge port, I usually put the recharge port here, but then I also made this chassis where it can accept a removable battery. So this space for the recharge port just wasn't used on this one. You got your access to your SD card, everything. This power wire right here is glued down to the chassis, so you don't have to worry about that popping up on you. I just didn't want to bring it over on the other side and glue it up top here. It would be bumping out, so ran it straight across. 28mm bass speaker. On this chassis, you don't have a positive and a negative sign for your battery orientation, so I wanted to go over that with you real quick. Your battery positive side, which I'm sending this battery with it, your positive side always goes up towards your speaker. If you put this battery in backwards, you'll fry the board. So please pay attention to that positive end going in the positive, or up towards the speaker, just like this.
I'm no Jedi. I'm just a guy with a lightsaber and a few questions.
My daughter's helping me with the light. So when I pop the battery in, nice and snug, we'll throw the pommel back on. And like I said, because it's stiff right now, you might hear a little bit of squeaking when you're first couple times you're screwing it and unscrewing it, but it's not hanging up, it's not cross-threading, it's just a little tight. Until then it screws until it doesn't, then it stops. So before we put the blade in and test it, I know you were asking me if the crystal lit up just now in our messages, so I wanted to show you smooth swing without the blade so I don't hit something, and then we'll pop a blade in it. But your activation's right here. You'll notice I put some wire mesh back there because I've got all my wires from my NeoPixel and from your switches running back behind the crystal. So I epoxied in this mesh, which is pretty cool. It hides all the wires. So smooth swing. Flash on clash. Tap for blaster deflex, which looks better with the blade in, and then hold it down for blade lockup. And we'll turn it off. And we'll actually put a blade in it. Like I was telling you my messages, I didn't know what size blade your hilt took until I got it in the mail. So the second I got it in the mail, which was actually yesterday, I ordered the right blade material. I've got the lights already, I just needed the tubes. So I'm in Idaho, just like Custom Saber Shop, and I usually get stuff within a day or two. So ordered it yesterday, it'll be here by Saturday at the latest. In the meantime, I got this this test blade. We're gonna use it. So kept your set screw. for your blade retention, it is right here. Okay, and that's what we'll use. Yeah, I don't know if with the light off you can see your pixel pins in there. Okay, even though your pins are exposed, I 3D printed the blade or the PCB holder for this. I sell these on my Etsy shop. They come up past the pins just far enough where they stop when the pins stop springing. So you'll never damage the pins throwing your blade in there. It stops the blade. You'll know what I'm talking about when you have it in your hand. So this one will slide in nice and smooth, and so will your other one. I'll make sure. I will sand your blade a little bit for blade diffusion, but I don't need to sand it very much to have it fit. Jeremy does a really nice job on these hilts. I've done a few of his thin neck conversion kits, but I've never had one of these to install. So this was a nice install. So I've got your blade in. I'm gonna hit activation. Nice and bright. You can see your crystal right here is mimicking your blade color. Tap your auxiliary for blast or deflex. I don't know if you'll see it very good on this short blade. Hold it for blade lockup. And then when the blade is on and you want to change color, you hold down your auxiliary and you twist your wrist.
Spectrum.
Now you're in spectrum, and you can just turn the hilt until you find whatever color that you like. So I believe you got about 16 different colors on here. Whenever you find one that you like, let's go to a red one. Just tap the button. You can tap auxiliary or activation. When you turn it off, and then you turn it back on, as long as the battery is still in it, it will remember the color that you chose for your sound font. Here's your blade, or your crystal. I gave you 32 or 31 different effects for this blade. So to get to those effects, you hold down your auxiliary and twist your wrist like you did for color change, but keep the button held down.
Spectrum.
Hold it down still.
Blade profile.
Now let go. Now you can again just twist the hilt. Sometimes it's easier to see it up against my shirt. Try to cycle through some of these. A lot of cool ones on here. So when you find one that you like, just tap the button. And again, if you keep the battery in, it will remember that color and blade effect next time you turn it on. And then you can see your crystal is mimicking that blade effect. What I did is I took one NeoPixel and wired it in line with your hilt side PCB right here. So anything that it's just acting like an extra pixel to your blade. So anything your blade does, this crystal will do as well. So let's turn this off and go to sound fonts. To get to your sound fonts, just hold down your auxiliary button when your blade is off.
Sound bank selection.
Now you can use either one of these to cycle through the sound fonts.
The force is with you, young Sky.
I put all the sound fonts on here that you gave me to load.
This party's over. Always.
Well, you look like a
small rebel force has penetrated.
I'm never touching that thing again.
General Monday. Formerly Darth. Now just more.
When you find one that you like, hold the button down, either one.
Perhaps my actions will speak louder than words.
A lot of these sound fonts that you have
Kenobi.
A lot of these sound fonts that you have music that can play in the background. So when the hilt is off, just double tap the activation. Speaker sounds nice. You got about that much room between the speaker and the end of the pommel, so it resonates really good. And then you can do anything when the music's playing. And then to turn the music off, just double tap the activation again. Sometimes these buttons are low profile, so these buttons
here like this.
on the Starkiller that I have tactile switches of different lengths. So I made mine bump out a little bit past the control box just because I don't have long fingernails at all. I always bite them. So for these can be a little bit cumbersome for me to try to hit with my fingernail. But these are what came with your hilt, so this is what I wired in. They're still great. Also, what's cool about them, I mean, is they're real low profile, so they don't get in the way. Where the ones that I put in, you know, they're up in the way a little bit. But I trade aesthetics for functionality. But I think as far as looks go, yours look a lot better. But it can make it difficult sometimes to double tap the activation to turn the music on and off. But all in all, sir, that is your hilt. Your blade, like I said, I'll have the stuff by this Saturday. I don't see why I wouldn't. I'll have the blade made that day because I have your lights already wired and ready to go in a tube. And I will let you know when that's all done. And then I will pack this up and have it out to you by Monday morning. Thank you.